Anya ピーナッツが好き。
Today we'll be talking about Lloyd Folger, aka Top Zaddy, a Westalis Wise organization.
You are gay.
Now the topic of focus of this video is Lloyd's absolute sad past that was recently revealed in Mission 62 Part 1 to Part 2. To keep it 100 with you, when I read these chapters, I was one half step away from full on Anya bawling my eyes out. Mission 62 begins with Lloyd coming up in a really peaceful village called Loid, located in eastern Westalis. He would do what normal boys do, run around being a menace and playing pretend war. The only stain on this phase of his life is that he would be constantly abused by his father, mainly because he wouldn't study. I actually liked this small detail because you could tie this to Anya's behavior towards studying as well. You could say that both Lloyd as a child and Anya didn't like studying because adults try to force studying down on them like it was some kind of religious dogma. Apart from this well-placed detail, what really got to me was when Lloyd's life got completely turned upside down. Ostania forces bombed Lloyd's hometown and legitly everything unfolded like a barefoot Gen sequence. His friends, gone. The Crow gay lady he would talk to around the corner, gone. The very concept of peace and normacy, gone. And the scene that really broke me was when Lloyd's mother linked up with him in this complete chaos and was like, alright, we need to gather all of our things and get out of here. In response, Lloyd is like, no, what about school? What about the town fair? Then it turns to a sequence of panels showing Loid in complete destruction. A complete far cry from the scenes we saw of the same places in the beginning of Mission 62. Without getting too political, this whole thing really reminded me of the ongoing situation of Russia invading Ukraine. In particular, there is this one specific interview with a Ukrainian woman asked about the current situation of the capital city, Kyiv. Without batting an eye, this woman just responded with, I want things to return to normal. I want to be able to go to that coffee shop I would go to before work. I want to eat at the restaurants me and my friends would frequent on the weekends. I just want things to return to normal. We then cut to Lloyd's new life in this new Westalis town living with his uncle. And it really does seem that he was under immense stress. Thankfully, whenever things got way too scary, he would be able to run to his mother for refuge. And slowly things were returning to normal. But then, as if the god of misfortune himself was specifically targeting this poor boy, Lloyd truly lost everything in a snap of a finger. When hurrying home with a fish he caught for his mom, Ostania forces once again in his new hometown bombed it completely. The very first time this happens, he lost his normacy. The second time this happens, he lost his innocence. We cut to that one scene we see in chapter 1 and even episode 1 of the anime where it shows this little boy, we assume to be Lloyd, in the middle of complete destruction and rubble, letting out a helpless cry with no salvation in sight. When I saw this, I can only think of that one Lloyd quote where he said, to create a world where children won't have to cry. That's why I became a spy. Now, understanding Lloyd's reason for joining Wise and seeing him so committed to his mission, my respect for him just increased by the tenfold. In many ways, that's why Lloyd looks so fondly after Anya. Yes, it could be argued that he's simply looking after her for the sake of the mission, but when observing this wholesome father and daughter moments between these two, it seems that Lloyd wants Anya to live the life he was never able to live as a small boy. A normal life where both parents are present and where the kid is able to experience all the normal happiness they're supposed to experience. Just from realizing all this, that one quote from Anya from chapter 6 just hit different. It was kind of funny because in this chapter, Lloyd deadass pulled off a Kanye West renting out the whole Disneyland type of vibe. To celebrate Anya getting into Eden Academy, my boy ended up renting out a whole medieval castle, hiring all the available Wise agents as paid actors, and almost getting isekai'd by yours Chung Lee moves. At the very end of this, Anya says something that almost brought me to tears. She said, "It's been so fun after I left the orphanage, and it was 'cause of you, Pa." Lloyd said that no one reached out to him to save him, but that's the very thing he was able to do for Anya. Lloyd, I know you're trying to strive for that idealistic world of world peace, but my dude, at least you were able to save best daughter of all time, Anya Folger. For that, my friends, you deserve 10 million social credit points, 1,000 Stella stars, and 100 dump trucks filled with peanuts so that you can give that to Anya. This was a pleasant surprise from Spy Family's creator Endo Sensei, because in that video I made about him, he extensively goes into always trying to find that balance between comedy and dark themes. And I was pleasantly surprised that we went the full dark mode with this Twilight arc. But yeah, let's cheer on our boy Lloyd for carrying the whole weight of world peace on his back. And when it's all said and done, just like chapter 56, I pray that Lloyd will be able to ultimately settle down with Yor and Anya as one happy family. Thank you guys for showing your support. Like always, this has been your boy Yiman. Peace out.